So welcome everybody to another episode of the Tangent Podcast, episode 118 for the week of June 5th, 2017. I am your host, Brian Thomas, alongside my lovable co-host, Justin Kane.
What's up?
The bootless wonder, Gary Hines. We talk about video games on this podcast.
Didn't even let me say hi, Brian?
No.
It's fucked up.
No, apparently we're on a timetable. I don't know what's happening here.
Well, you're on your times table, pal.
Yep,
It's all
you are.
about you.
It is all about me.
We'll get into that.
Yeah, apparently we're going to get into that. Gary, how was your week, man?
It was all right. I am reunited.
And it feels so good?
It does. With my PC. So I'll be talking about the games that I played during this week. But yeah, I got the PC back at the house. My desk is being delivered tomorrow. So it's about to go down.
You're about to really lock in.
Yeah.
That's what it sounds like.
And I was reunited with Overwatch again, so I'm excited to talk about that.
Nice.
Justin, how was your week?
It was all right.
Just all right?
It's going fine. So, right around tonight when, I usually go and record a podcast with my friends. You guys might know some of them. Here they are. And, we usually, Friday nights, guys, we don't make plans. We got a podcast to do, like fucking bros. And we, made a pact with blood and everything. I still have the scar.
Blood Brothers.
See it there. So, yeah, but one of us, we won't name any names, decided he wants to go to the bar, he wants to take shots, he wants to go hang out with the boys. I even saw one of the text messages he sent to one of his friends, like, fuck those guys, like, I love Wild Wings. So, yeah, we won't name any names, but, what would you say, Gary? We weren't
mad.
We weren't mad.
Just
We're
disappointed.
But so yeah, hopefully we can make this night something to remember. I'm looking at you, Brian.
Yeah, well...
How was your week, Brian?
It was good.
How was your goddamn Buffalo Wild Wings? I hope they were delicious.
They were. And actually, I was eating with a bunch of listeners and viewers of this podcast. So they all said hello.
So this is how you're going to do it? You're gonna
Yeah.
You're marketing? Is that what you're doing?
Free ads.
Somebody's got to fucking do something around here.
I see.
I just sit around eating my fucking orange slammers all day.
Did you,
Gary Hines?
I mean...
Courtesy of Gerald Hines.
Yeah, don't come at the Orange Slammers.
I'm just coming at him.
Did you...
You leave the Orange Slammers out of this. Say what you will about me.
Like,
Leave
did you
them
buy
out of this.
beers for reviews, or
I
how
didn't-
does this work?
You hang out with people, you tell them, you network, you tell them what you do.
So you don't have to, like, pay them off?
No.
Oh, okay.
BJ's in the bathroom sometimes help, but...
Oh. Hey-oh! All right.
Little
Brian.
over-the-pants hand jobs.
Steve, how was your week?
It's good up until Friday.
Yes. Tell me about it, pal. I feel like we're living the same life right now.
Went to pick up Justin. Little car issue.
I forgot about this.
Scraped my car on the front of a telephone pole.
He hit a pole.
I didn't hit it.
I mean, you got to watch
scraped
out for those
Yeah.
telephone
Scrape.
poles.
Yeah,
They'll-
those inanimate objects are fucking coming in hot.
Did you graze it?
Yeah, it's a little bit more than grace. Good scrape.
It's a nice scrape.
I got boxed in. Fucking streets.
You know my street.
Yeah.
It's a little street.
It's narrow.
So, not too happy about that.
Sorry, bud.
I blame Justin.
should
Hey,
pay for
we're
it.
all blaming somebody here.
Yeah.
So
Good point.
Might as well, Brian, just pass the blame on to Gary. Gary blames
I know.
Steve,
I'm not
and we'll
gonna.
just-
I'm not gonna blame Gary.
swing it
I'm in a
Actually,
safe space over here.
It's all the rage. Everybody's a victim. So.
Yeah, it's true.
before we get into Under Your Thumb, I actually do want to talk about a little movie that Gary and I went to go see last night that Justin just decided to pass on. So Gary,
we saw Wonder Woman.
We saw Wonder Woman.
Brian, so we
So
went to go
Gary-
see it last night, and we met beforehand.
Yeah.
I could not stop smiling.
He just wouldn't. He just
I was just so excited.
like he couldn't stop. Just shit-eating grin on his face the whole time.
Super excited, man.
Yeah.
And I mean, I saw it. I really liked it. I finally think that DC put a story together for a movie from start to finish. There's definitely some things I would have changed, hence the villains, but I think the story arc and Wonder Woman itself was awesome. I really enjoyed it. I'm going to see it again this weekend. And yeah, I'm excited to say that DC finally landed a solid flick.
Yeah. I'll say
it lassoed you in.
I liked.
Ba-ding.
Ba-ding, ba-ding.
We need to get some
Later.
batteries. Yeah. We need to get some batteries, I think.
I agree with really everything Gary said. We were talking off air about the villain was kind of a little disappointing from.
They just didn't really build the villain up that much,
Yeah.
but they spent a lot of time on Wonder Woman.
I also
building her
I would
story.
like to spend a lot of time on Wonder Woman myself.
She is goddamn beautiful.
I like the fact that they went with a more slender Wonder Woman rather than like the big beefy like.
Oh, what was that woman's name? Oh no, that wasn't. Remember that TV show?
Xena
Warrior Princess. Yeah. Good
no,
Lord.
I mean, there's one scene in the movie in particular I think that will stick out with everybody.
Yeah.
That happens like about halfway. It's the first time she's really in her
Shower?
full-on Wonder Woman suit.
Yeah.
And it was one of the
Awesome.
best action sequences I've like seen in a superhero movie. So I'm pumped about it.
I also really enjoyed the low key weird
Little-
kind of like
yeah.
it was the theme, the Wonder Woman theme. It's like an electric guitar.
Yeah.
But it's like a low key blues rock type of thing. I really like that.
They had the theme going on behind
a lot of the
other
fight
music and
scenes,
stuff
yeah.
like that.
It was really,
Yeah,
really well
I
done.
felt I mentioned this last night. I felt that it was reminiscent of the first Superman movie with
Henry.
Christopher Reeves.
Oh, with Christopher Reeve.
Yeah.
Okay, yeah.
Just like in that movie, like he has the part in that one where he's trying to go through the rotating doors and he gets stuck, just like she gets stuck. And there's a lot of things that are reminiscent on that, like in the alleyway scene, catching the bullets and all that stuff, happened in Superman. So I thought it brought back kind of nostalgia in that aspect of it. I mean, it was its own story, which was nice. So, but I think we talk about video games.
We do. We talk about video games on this podcast. And last week, Steve, you went last on Under Your Thumb, so you get to go first. Or
I get to go first.
you get to choose who goes first.
With that little introduction, I am going to go first.
All right.
So all I played this week was a little bit more of Magikarp Jump.
Were you playing it in French?
I wasn't lucky enough to select that setting in the beginning of the game.
I've been playing this as well. And yes, I've been playing in French. I'm almost to the last jump, I guess.
That's pretty impressive.
I have no idea what's going on. I'm just pressing buttons. I'm collecting the things and
I feel like it's made the game probably a little bit more exciting than it actually
I'm
is.
just like, what's coming next? And all of a sudden there's a punching bag and my Magikarp is just hitting its head against a punching bag. I'm collecting God knows what in the sea, and then all of a sudden it's like time to jump. And you don't have to do anything in the jumps. You just press a button.
Press
and then
jump.
it's just how much training you've done. I'm fucking crushing people. I've been doubling their
Oh,
scores.
wait till a little bit later. So
Oui,
I'm
oui.
on the second map after you beat the first, like, say, gym leader, I guess.
There you go.
I got about halfway through the map, and I lost. And what they do, you don't get to compete again. You go back to the beginning, and then you have to retrain your Magikarp.
Fuck that.
Excuse me?
But the problem with that is, so the only reason that
What do you mean the problem with that? There's a huge problem with that.
That's why I
The
said
whole
That's
thing.
why I said the problem with that.
Well,
He's
you're
explaining.
I don't even want you to.
The problem with that is there's a cap on your level that you can train your Magikarp. But in order to raise that cap, you have to beat jumps. So what happened to me was I got, say there's 10 people to jump against. I got halfway through. I couldn't level my Magikarp up anymore because I didn't have enough jumps left. And they won't let you go back to the home screen. Not that it matters to do that because you can't, there's nothing you can do. You have to win more battles. So you have to win more, you have to fight more, you have to do more jumps.
Is this where the pay to play is going to start to come in?
I have no idea. So they have coins and diamonds. Diamonds seem like the ones you have to buy. There's a screen to buy them. But I'm not necessarily sure what they do. Gary can't really help me out. It's in French.
I'm learning as you're talking right now.
English? Is this English? Yeah.
I didn't even know there was diamonds or coins. Like I have no idea.
He's just
So-
clicking on shit.
Yeah.
Coins allow you to upgrade the fruit that appears in the tank.
Yep.
So there's berries like lemons. They'll give you more experience points, so it's quicker to upgrade. You get like a Pikachu after he gives you some points. I mean, the main goal, main thing is when you win a jump, your trainer gets points. And what I've found, I'm in my second time through the 10 jumps for this area, and I think I'm going to run up against the same problem. I got a little bit further, but I don't think I'm going to be able to get to the end. I don't know what is required to get enough points for my trainer
Maybe the
to
diamonds
allow
or
my
something.
Magikarp to be able to level up high enough to beat the other.
Do you go back to the beginning of the game, or
No,
do you
no,
go
the beginning of that match.
stage?
Oh, okay.
Yeah. And luckily, they don't have you watch the matches. So there's a screen that comes up and says, "Oh, you've already done this before. You just want to skip the whole jump sequence," and you just click yeah.
So do you get your Magikarp back, or is it like
You fish for another one.
Oh, so you flushed that one down the toilet.
Yeah, because it wasn't.
Has
Well,
anyone,
it's died.
has anyone
It dies.
Oh, I don't know.
has anyone bumped
that's
into
dark.
a Pidgeotto or a Pidgey yet?
No. Why is there
Are you
something?
fucking spoiler alerts over here? What's happening? How do you know that?
I've seen videos.
They eat you?
Oh.
Jump
So
into their
pulling an
mouth?
Anthony?
No, it's
Check it
just
out.
it's just on my feed.
Let's play.
It's just on my Twitter feed.
He's not
just
playing the game
scrolling.
now. He's just watching it on YouTube.
Yeah. I see what's
Gotta
going on here.
gotta take the place of Anthony somehow.
But yeah, so that annoyed the shit out of me.
I could only
I
imagine.
just don't know how. I don't know if I have to get like I just got to keep fishing. Oh, so they
There's other
when
fish
you,
in the sea, pal. Don't worry about it.
Well, that's the thing. You can fish for a Magikarp. You get to pick the one.
That's
You
the
get
thing,
3
Justin.
rods
Yeah.
that allow you to
3 rods.
pick one. But if you want to throw your Magikarp back, it charges you 10 diamonds. But diamonds are the one that's valuable in the game. Like those
So
are the ones you
maybe
actually buy.
depending on the base stats of the Magikarp
Well,
you catch.
that's the point. But you can't like do it like you would in actual Pokemon and reset the game or something, or just find another one.
just straight
it
up.
won't let you throw it back because you have to pick it,
spend the
or
points.
you have to spend the diamonds to throw it back.
Well, I've been having fun with the game. Yeah, I mean,
It's fun when you're crushing people, but then when you get to maxed out,
I
it's
play
just
for like a couple minutes, collect a couple things, and jump really high, and then I'm done with it.
I beat my first jump, but I was just like not into it.
Yeah, I didn't give it a fair share, but I'm just like every
It's
time
really
I
nothing.
see it, I'm like, I don't.
I
wanna
don't
play
see it
that.
as anything.
No, I mean, I think adding the game inside the game with having everything in French has made things a little bit more interesting for me.
Yeah, Shyamalan yourself.
Just trying to figure it out, and just like, I wonder what this does, and then I'm there. So I'm probably not going to keep playing the game. I'm sorry, Steve.
No, I don't give a fuck. I don't like the game
I
really.
apologize.
Anything
But
else?
That's it.
That's it.
So yeah, I think we'll just go over to Gary.
Perfect.
Continue on.
So
Playing other games in French?
no other games in French. But like I said, I did pick up my PC. It's absolutely amazing. I can't believe I've gone this long without playing it. Brian, what games have I played? So first I'll start off with a game that actually Anthony gave me a free Steam code for, which was a game that I played at PAX East called Strafe. It's made by Devolver Digital, who's made games like Shadow Complex, or not Shadow Complex, Shadow Warrior. What other games? Jesus.
Thank you.
So
Okay.
Devolver is a publisher; they're not a developer.
Yeah, so they publish these games, but
Yeah.
every game that they come out with,
You enjoy.
I've
They're
enjoyed.
also developing Ape Out.
correct, which was also in the same.
Shut your butt. I
Same little
remember
section of
that.
PAX
Yeah,
East.
Ape Out's.
Didn't we get a launch? It might have already been out.
Ape Out? I don't
No,
know.
I think we would be.
Is
playing
Ape
that
out?
game if it was
Wow.
Is Ape Out out?
Is Ape Out out?
out. So
Catch that
Strafe
gorilla who escaped the zoom. Punch him in the
is a first-person shooter. It's a run-based game, so you have one life to make it to the end of the game.
Oh shit! Okay.
The levels are procedurally
Procedurally generated.
But they each have like level 1, level 2, level 3, and so forth. They each have like certain things about them that say the same, but like instead of taking a left, you're taking a right, or
Like the mazes are different, but there are
correct.
elements.
But there's
of each
elements that
stage.
you have
Yeah.
to do. So like in the first level, it's just really just get out of the room. It's called Icarus is the first stage, and there's each stage has 3 levels to it, and you get dropped off into it. The first level, you just have to get to the very end. You just got to find the little. There's a computer on the screen. You just go to level 2. Boom! I found that room. I'm in level 2. Once you get to level 2, then it turns into like Doomish, where you
Find the red key to get through the red
find
door.
the green key, find the blue key, or and then once you get to like level 3, it's you have to find keys, but then you also have to find like heads, and you're gonna rip somebody's head off and use his head as a scanner to get through this door. But there's you have to actually get to the door, look at what the type of person is. It's
And
was
then
a
go
girl
find-
with a green hair or whatever it may be,
Yeah.
and find that head. The game is pretty fast, really fast. So I
So
actually
is it pretty fast or really fast?
Is it really fast?
pretty really
Is it
fast.
really pretty fast?
So I actually played probably 8 to 10 hours of this game so far this week.
It's a lot.
It is, and whenever I went back to go play Overwatch, I found Overwatch was extremely slow.
Well, in comparison to this, I'm sure if like you went back
I find
and
that
played
too.
Doom,
Yeah,
Very
Yeah.
slow.
yeah, no,
Yeah.
me too.
I agree.
but
So,
like if you played Doom, I'm sure that you would think Overwatch is slow too, because Doom was very quick.
yeah, no, in this game is, I mean, there's just hordes and hordes of enemies coming after you. The objective not only is to get to the end of the level, but you're there collecting scrap.
Scrap.
So
Okay.
scrap, and it's really hard to see because, I mean, first I should say the graphics are really old school.
Like,
It looks like the
Doom or,
original Doom.
yeah.
Correct. But it's
Duke
like
Nukem.
gameplay wise, it's super solid. It's up to date. But the graphics are just, it's interesting.
So the scrap are they 3 little pieces of gears?
It's just,
So it looks
Just
very
gray.
pixelated. It's kind of hard to tell what it is, especially with all the like blood everywhere. Which
and
is
you
pretty
can get
sweet.
scrap in multiple different ways. There's just a bunch of, you can get it off of, enemies. You can get it through different like
Shootable boxes.
loot crates or loot boxes that you shoot, and then it pops out scrap. And then when you collect scrap, you have in your bottom right hand corner, you have your like how much scrap you have. And then throughout the levels, you could find a station where you can enter in your scrap, and it costs a certain amount to either get more ammo, get more armor, because you also start with 100 armor, 100 health, and the only way to get more armor is to use your scrap. The only way to get more health is to find little food stations that you can take the food from. So you can't use scrap to buy health, which is interesting. But I also did find out from just playing the game at the beginning, I couldn't get through the second stage, and then eventually you get better and better.
Well, that's kind of
using
with
your resources.
most roguelikes. That's kind of how it works. Is that like if depending on your skill, it dictates how far you get, and then there's just one point where you
Only
just
practice will
Yeah.
gain that skill.
exactly, or you find other things, and like collective resources just makes you stronger overall.
Yeah, so it's interesting. And then you start just learning more things. So like I found out randomly that if you have 100 health and you actually take like each health gives you like 10 points or something like that. If you get 50 points worth of health, even when you have 100 health, it adds 10 points to your actual health bar.
So you can
Cool.
stack your health
So you can start stacking your health. And I didn't know that. I wasn't grabbing the health
when you were at
when I was at 100 because I was like, I don't need it. But if you get it at 100 and you never, you have to get 5 health at 100% without taking any damage
To then get like more
to get
health,
10 points.
like
into
a
your
higher
health
yeah.
bar. So there's like little things like that. There's also 3 starting weapons. So you have the shotgun, you have the assault rifle, which is what I've been using the entire time, and then you have like a kind of like a beam rifle, which is a slower shot, single shot. The assault rifle and the shotgun both have secondary fire for their weapons. There's also weapon pickups on the map, but those are one-time uses type deal. Like
when the ammo runs out, it's over.
yeah, so it might be like 10 shots in this rocket launcher, so you pick up the rocket launcher. So, and I've been trying different things like we talked about to try to see how far you can get. So I've even gone through the thing where I'm like, I'm not even gonna shoot any enemies in the first like couple levels. I'm just gonna try to get to the end of the level to save my health, save my ammo, because if I'm putting my scrap into my armor, then I can't put it into my ammo. So then I started dying because I had no more ammo. But then it's
If you have too much ammo, you don't have enough health.
Yeah. So you're playing
Damn
this
Strafe.
like trial and error.
yeah, and the first 3 levels are very old school Doom, where it's like corridor shootings and it's like kind of sketchy. And then once you get to the second level, it's more open and you're in like some sort of like field and it's like really vertical. And so I could imagine as you progress through the game, it gets crazier and
The
crazier.
level design just kind of makes it a little bit more difficult, a little bit more challenging.
Yeah.
It sounds like.
A lot of enemies on the screen coming at you fast. There's not that many projectile enemies. So there's only a couple. There's little robots that shoot little bullets at you. And then there's these taller enemies
Jackal looking.
that...
Is it a jackal?
Jackal? What a jackal?
Yeah, so there's not that many projectiles.
Everyone's
being
smacking
in-
you.
Everyone's like just like 50 guys are running through a corridor, and you just have to have enough ammo.
Zombie style,
And then obviously you got to strafe.
which is key. To strafe is strafe.
Exactly.
I see what you did there. Full
Yeah.
circle.
Full circle. So I recommend it. I think the game is anywhere from 15 to 20 bucks.
I think it's 20.
Yeah. So shout out
Unless
to
you know
Anthony,
Anthony.
RIP.
So just on a little side note, according to IGN in March, that Ape Out is available demo on the PC and summer 2017.
Nice little fun fact. Thanks, Justin.
There it is, bro.
Appreciate that.
Put it on the Twitter feed.
I will.
No, you won't.
Now that you're not
Can I
private,
share this?
we
We'll
could all
figure that
retweet
out.
it now.
We'll
There
figure
you
that
go.
out.
Thank you for that.
Hey, that's what I'm here for. Information.
What else did I play, Brian?
You got Witcher 3. You want to talk about that, or you want to go into Overwatch?
Let's talk about Overwatch before we talk about Witcher. So I have started Overwatch again on PC, and I just kind of picked up right where I left off. The game is so much fun. I actually haven't got one anniversary skin, which I'm kind of salted about.
How many boxes?
Probably 7.
Yeah, man, they shouldn't really adjust those drop rates.
Yeah, it's. I'm gonna be pretty frustrated if I don't get that Zarya skin. I'll tell you that.
You got 300 coins or
3,000?
3,000?
Nope. So I thought I did, but turns out I only have 2,600.
You're
So
close enough.
I'm close, which I
But
should be
still.
able to get, but still, it's frustrating. I want that Zarya skin, and then I'll be happy with the anniversary. But I did play the new maps, the 3v3 mode that you talked about last week.
Yeah.
I like the 3v3 in the sense that when you won, they took away those characters. Like, okay, so if you're really good with these characters, now you got to pick up 3 different
Yeah.
ones. So it created different. Every round was
I also
different.
It's interesting because like it's not just, like if you played as Zarya and I played as fucking Soldier and then Justin played as
Anna
Zenyatta,
or something, yeah.
those are all gone too. So then you can't be like, well, shit, Soldier would have been my next choice. It's
Yeah.
like that one's gone too.
So
Yeah.
yeah,
So you
gotta
really have to
coordinate.
work with your team and
And
coordinate.
yeah, you don't want to use up, let's say, too many healers or this
Yeah.
or that or something
because
along
then
those
you're
lines.
stuck
yeah.
Without.
So I thought that was interesting.
Save mercy for the last
1v, the 1v1 mode was also interesting. Did you ever play it? 1v1.
No, I don't think so.
So the 1v1 before that I played when it came out
Both of the
with
same characters.
the Christmas.
Oh, I did play this.
Told
yeah.
me that funny story about the wave, and then he came out to wave, and you shot him in the
Yeah.
face.
So the 1v1, it was just random characters were picked for each round. Now this one is random 3 characters are picked for each round.
And you get to choose
You
who
get
you
to
want to
choose
be.
who you want
From
to
the
be
3 they gave you.
From the 3 they gave you, but it switches after every round. So then it'd pop up and it'd be like, okay, there's a Soldier, there's a Widowmaker, and there's a Roadhog. So then you got to choose which one you want compared to who's he gonna pick.
And they tell you at the beginning like who they are.
yeah,
Or the 3 or the one that they picked.
The
one that they picked.
one that they
because you each get the same 3.
yeah.
Oh, okay.
You each get the same. That would be a little unbalanced.
If it was
I mean, it's 1v1. It's arcade, so it is what it is. And then I will say that season 7 started. Is it 7?
Season 5.
I'm jumping ahead and I'm in the future.
You got that PC life.
Never know. You get locked in and days
Dude's on
go by,
fucking
weeks.
2033 right now.
What year is
Part
it?
of,
2016.
PTR at all?
Funny story about that.
He needs to clear up space in his hard drive.
I don't have space on my hard drive to download the PTR
Because it's an
of
additional
another game.
18 gigs.
Because of another game that I have on my PC, which takes up my entire hard drive.
Yeah, I can imagine.
Yeah, it's worth it though.
You
but
do have a small hard drive, let's be clear.
yeah, no, for sure. But
It's not about the
It's a
size
personal-
of the hard
yeah.
drive. It's
a
about how you
personal
use
matter,
it, Gary.
Steve.
yeah, I want to keep that private.
Tell him about my little hard drive.
But yeah, I was debating whether I wanted to download the PTR to play on the new map and just some of the changes that are happening with some of the characters like Reaper and McCree.
I saw a really funny thing of McCree where it's like he has his high noon thing and he's looking at the moon and it's just like a bunch of little red skulls like death marks and it's high moon and I was like
Got 'em.
it's the little things in life.
So I didn't download the PTR though.
No.
I mean it's gonna come soon enough. I'm
Probably
sure if
within
it's on the
like
PTR, it's gonna
3
be,
weeks.
Yeah, it'll be out there. The map itself, I don't know if we're gonna talk about it later. I have no idea.
I saw a lot of people getting sniped. It was like a lot of open spaces, a lot of
open
widows, a lot of
spaces.
Hanzo.
There's some zero grav areas, stuff like that. It looks really interesting. The change to Reaper, I think I sent that in, is ridiculous.
What they do? They nerf him.
We'll talk about it later.
Interesting.
Stay tuned. So season 5 of Overwatch competitive started. I'm 3 games in. I'm 3-0. So it's feeling nice back on PC. I'm just playing tank characters. I've been doing Reinhardt and Roadhog just to get back acquainted with the Overwatch keyboard, mouse and keyboard. So I'm excited to be playing Overwatch again, for sure. Transition into the game as to why I can't play the PTR is because I downloaded The Witcher 3 Game of the Year Edition. That comes with all the DLCs. Justin's been talking about it for the last
month and a half.
And it's my first time seeing it on PC. It is absolutely incredible.
It's ridiculous.
It's Justin.
It is ridiculous.
Yeah, Justin he was helping me move some things at the house. We were just talking. We were like, yeah, let's probably just download this and just see what it looks like. And then
it was ridiculous.
It's insane. It's absolutely insane. So I did
the water,
the grass.
Come on, the grass, the wind over the grass.
And the thing I liked, the touch that I liked about it is when you go to your graphical settings on the game, you can change everything. Just say ultra, right? You want everything on ultra,
Of course.
But when you scroll down, it says like grass,
water.
like everything
That.
ultra
So
settings. So you can change what you want to be in ultra. Obviously, you're doing everything in ultra.
But if
it
you weren't
looks
as capable as your computer, you might be able to pick and choose what you're looking for.
Mm-hmm.
Just a nice touch.
Did you just turn everything up?
Oh, of course.
Of course.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But it was
Making
cool.
sure.
Yeah. And you
but-
shake the mouse around, and it's like nothing happens. There's no frame rate drops or any fucking pixel fucks ups or anything like that. Like I'm having the DLC version, like I told you guys a couple weeks ago. If I'm panning too hard or if I'm sprinting on the horse, I'm getting some drops every once in a while. Not in the base game, but yeah, not on the PC.
You played on. You got
Not on the
PS4?
PC.
No PC.
No, I got
PS4.
the Xbox One. I'm
Oh,
playing it
Xbox
on.
One. Right.
Yeah, so I started off because when you have the Game of the Year edition, you can just go right into the DLC. So
Is that what you did?
I went
Well,
straight
because
to
I
Blood
asked
and
him, I
Wine.
wanted to see some fighting.
Yeah,
first.
so we went straight
jumped
into Blood and Wine, and I probably played like an hour and a half. of
Yeah,
Blood
because you
and
fight a Cyclops in like the first 20 seconds.
Yeah,
of that
so then I
DLC.
started rolling into it. I found the unicorn again. That I've been telling
I did
Justin
that.
to go. You did it. You
Yep.
found the unicorn.
Oh yeah. Yeah. It was cute.
And then I went back because I was like, you know what? I just want to play this game from start to finish. And it's a commitment, but I've started a new game, and I am about to fight the first monster, the Griffin. I declined playing Gwent, so I'm not going to mess around with Gwent. I'm really not messing around with the story at all. I know the story, so I'm just skipping
for
everything. It's like you just get on the horse and you're just like ride to town, and it's like what? Like I'm just looking at the scenery and the graphics. It's incredible. So I've been having a lot of fun with that. And then take a step back off the PC. Brian has let me borrow, and I've completed Injustice 2. Justin actually helped me.
Well, I feel like quite a bit. We played.
Yeah, we crushed
at
out
least
a
the
lot.
last quarter,
Probably
maybe the last half, last quarter.
Last half of the game.
We
Justin
went
helped
back
me.
and forth, fight for fight.
Every fight, if you lost, then
Pass it. If
Pass
you
it.
win, you pass it. So we were just passing it.
yeah. So we just kept passing it back and forth.
I'm surprisingly on the regular difficulty. I was throwing some combos in there. You don't know what you're doing. I was doing a lot of jump. Gary's a lot of dash. I'm a lot of jump. And just throwing combos. I don't know what the fuck is going on. Everybody's got these cool moves. It was just like, it was a fucking sweet game.
It's a really fun game.
Awesome game.
Yeah, it's really good. I did like the decision that you had to make at the end.
Yeah, I thought that
Choose
was
a side.
interesting. Yeah.
We won't spoil that. But you could imagine whose side I went with. But I did enjoy Injustice 2 more than Injustice 1. I mean, for obvious reasons. I mean, it's just
It's an upgrade,
version.
yep.
But the story, I thought they did a really good job. Some of the cutscenes were really long.
Yeah, like really, really long. So there's
I could have done without.
the end cutscene of Blue Beetle and
I liked
Firestorm
Blue Beetle.
into Catwoman and Cyborg. You're just like, Jesus Christ.
Yeah, and Gary and I were doing a lot of, he picked the fire guy, I played Blue Beetle, so we were kind of going back and forth. So he was playing one character, I was playing the other character.
Yeah.
Just
So we were seeing them both.
I mean, Green Arrow is still my jam. The guy's the man.
I forget which characters I like the best.
I feel like
There's so many.
just his style fits very well with how I like to play.
That cheetah, she fucked me up once. Like,
and then
she
I will
juggled
say
me
that-
for like 20 minutes.
Yeah,
Do you remember that first fight I fought against her? She juggled me.
She had Justin in a corner, and it
bad.
was
It was bad.
Well, I feel like
Did you block?
We don't know how to. Gary and I don't know how to use our meter to break a combo.
yeah, we had no idea.
So I
know
was
how to do
trying
that?
to hit back, but
The meter burn is R2. So you
So it's
hold
not the
back
bumper?
and you hold back in R2.
So Gary and I went through this whole game with no meter burning, and we always lost all our wagers. We just would use them for the ultimate move only.
Yeah, you don't.
He's got to go big or go home.
Go big or go home.
I gotcha. I understand. I understand that life.
I mean, the last fight, and I'm not going to say
He beat the shit out of us like so many times.
well, that wasn't the last fight.
But
Okay. The last fight I was a part of.
Yeah.
He was whooping some ass.
This thing and then that thing.
and then laser beam.
Laser beams.
Did you try to jump over him and he just shot the fucking things?
Because I'm the jumper. And see, I was
He
jumping
got you
around
every time,
Gary
didn't
was
he?
dashing, and he would get me every time. And the characters who had a lot of upward attacks would fuck me up. So
I also, I mean, I played as Superman as much as I could throughout the campaign, and then just playing through some of the.
Supergirl's spamming B.
Like, yeah, she spams me. I mean, I really enjoy playing as Green Arrow and Superman. Like Superman, I liked his moveset as well. But a lot of the characters are really. I don't really know much about Blue Beetle. Like you said, there's.
I have no idea who Dr. Fate is. I have no idea.
Yeah, that was a strange character.
I'm not a huge DC guy, but
the Flash was awesome.
yeah, I like the Flash
His
a lot.
He was fucking me up at the end of the game, and with the move where he like hits you as fast as he can, and then he stops hitting you, and then your guy's still just getting hit.
Thing, and he's like, still getting hit.
Kapuya!
Oh Jesus, that's
Booyah!
Cyborg.
Idiot. I forget which characters I like the best because you just go through so many of them.
Yeah, that's
like
the
there was a
thing
couple characters that worked to my advantage, like whatever the person's apparently forward down, attack was. I would get like the Blue Beetle had some good combos going, but it's like you don't know who you're gonna get, and then you get a character like this isn't working at all.
Yeah. I did a really good job with Firestorm, and then when going back, I played as Blue Beetle afterwards. And I was like, oh, wow, Blue Beetle is pretty good. I like Firestorm better. But, like, had I been with Blue Beetle, I don't know. Like, would I have liked them better? I don't know. But I liked Blue Beetle. I liked Firestorm. Green Arrow's good. Flash is probably my favorite. I like how Harley Quinn fights when it's the computer. When the computer change combos together, I'm like, and then I try it, and I'm like, I can't do that. Yeah. Like, I see it. I know how to.
So many missed opportunities for juggles with me and Gary.
It's a lot of
so
time.
many.
It's
just
a
like the
lot
guy
of
bounces in
timing.
the air, or he does that bounce back to you, and we're just like, wrong button.
Yeah.
Should have been prepared for that.
Yeah, no, it was.
But we meat dicked the hell out of that. Like, we didn't know any combos. We didn't know shit.
Yeah,
At least
Brainiac was, and that was what you were referring
Brainiac
to.
fucked us up.
Yeah.
He was a pain in the ass. Because then you beat him with one character, but then right after that, it's like right
Next
back.
one.
You got to go to the next one. And the next one is like, I was telling, me and Justin were going back and forth for probably 20 minutes, and we couldn't beat him. And then last night, after going to see Wonder Woman, I was like, I'm going to play some Injustice. I turn it on, first try, took him down.
That's how it always goes.
I texted Justin, I'm like, how the fuck? You just spent like 20 minutes, and then on my first try, a couple of nights later.
Yeah.
And
just
then
take a break.
And then I finished the rest of the game last night.
Nice.
So I appreciate that, Brian. It was a lot of fun. I'm not going to do any multiplayer or anything like that. You can have it back.
I plan on doing the other story.
Yeah, going through it as the other characters and seeing the ending that I probably had and you probably didn't.
Yeah.
Got it. I won't spoil it for you.
I appreciate it. Thanks, pal.
Justice. Martha. So I'm going to transition right into Brian.
Because that basically covered under my thumb, too. I feel like.
You got just The Witcher.
To be honest, yeah. I mean, I'm just been dicking around in The Witcher. There's not much
do you want to touch anything about Blood and Wine that you haven't really touched on?
No, I think that we could probably, we could just move
skedaddle on to me.
Yeah, just move right into it.
All right. Well, I only actually played one game this week, and it's more of an indie game. It's $15. It's called Hue. Hue. So
God bless you.
Spell it.
HUE, like a hue of a color.
Like the hue around it.
Yes. So this game is a side-scrolling platform game. It
sounds like right up my alley.
But it's also it's a puzzle platformer. So
got me with the puzzles.
Looks a lot like Limbo. So it's all black and white at first, and it kind of looks a lot like the art style of Game & Watch as well. So the character from Smash Brothers.
Yeah, with the bacon.
So yeah, exactly. So it looks that way, but then they do a lot of unique things with like the negative space. So like the white that kind of shines
like stuff
through.
Like that.
Yeah, it's artsy fartsy. So it has stunning art design, great aesthetic art style as well, and the like you start off with no colors whatsoever, and you make your way through, and you get a shade of blue. So it's just like it's almost like when you're playing Trivial Pursuit, you get a piece of the pie and it's blue, and then that blue allows you to change the background of everything to blue. So you have these. In the foreground,
Almost
you have,
like filters for a camera, right? Like it changes the color of everything.
or
so just behind the
everything is in the forefront. In the foreground is black, like hard black cutouts of things, and then in the background it's like swirling blue or whatever. So everything is blue. So you just kind of go through these things, and you'll end up seeing like a box, like a crate that's blue. But you can't get past this blue crate because it's not going or these blue bricks. You can't get past these blue bricks because they're not going anywhere. The only way to get past it is to activate the background as that same color blue, and then you can walk through it.
It fades into that color.
And it fades into that color, so it's not in your way anymore.
Yeah.
So then you can pass it, and then if you and then you change back, the blue bricks will come back in that same position, but then you're somewhere else. You're past them. So it does this really interesting. Kind of puzzle mechanic, because at this point I have all of the colors, and I think there's like 8. So there's 8 colors that you can choose from. So
you're changing the color in the background to open up space for you to get through.
Yeah. So you're using the.
So let's say it's a blue block. Now you can walk through it because you made it blue, and then when you switch colors, then it blocks you again unless you switch it back to blue.
So there's a lot of things where it'll be you have to jump across this platform or these platforms in a certain amount of time, and it's like, all right, this is a blue platform, this one's a yellow platform, that one's a purple platform. So you have to like jump.
Sounds familiar.
That game that you loved with the color jumping, where you'd have to, before you land on the platform, you got to change the color.
Chameleon Run. So it's similar to that.
That was
but
your
it's
game,
not,
wasn't it? Oh no, Gary.
It's not as fast as that. It's not like you're always continuously going.
But it's similar that you have to have the same color to get through that area.
It's similar in a way, yeah. But the way that it works is...
Say reminiscent, maybe?
I think he was just going, not
really. Not at all.
Really.
You can just say no, Brian. You can just say no.
You don't have to be nice to me.
Yeah, you just be like, no, that's not it.
So, so...
I hate my dad.
While you're adjusting the world and solving puzzles... Let's see. Pulling up the color wheel kind of makes everything go black, so you can see what the world looks like without the color that you chose, and it slows down time a little bit, so it gives you time in between, because a lot of this is timing, midair stuff.
So like the Flash.
Oh no.
All right.
See, there you go.
There we go.
You didn't agree. You said no.
Like that?
You're not the Flash.
That was still like the nicest
yeah,
no.
It was
that
such
was
a
just
nice
like,
no.
No.
It was like a no.
Right.
So with 8 colors, it kind of gets tricky, and a lot of it I'm just kind of like, I find myself stuck at some points where I'm like, I just don't know what the fuck to do here. And it's not intricate color, like a bunch of different colors that you have to slide bricks in between, or like crates in between, because a lot of the time it's like you need to get up to this top left platform, but in order to do that you need to stack like a purple and a blue one on top of each other to then jump onto that to get to the black platform to jump across, and then push that yellow crate across. So you have to like jump, turn the entire background to yellow, get through the crate, push it out. So there's a lot of that going on.
A lot of crate pushing.
There's a lot of crate pushing. The storytelling in the game, though, is told seemingly from your mom. So you find these letters.
Tells the best stories.
Mm-hmm. Yep. So you find these letters.
She always paints you in a nice light, if you will.
Yeah, she does. She does. So the story of the mother is that she's a scientist working with Dr. Gray.
It's not the news
Who's
yet.
Dr. Gray?
Yeah, true.
Point me out. He seems to be the antagonist of the game.
Yeah.
So your mother works with Dr. Gray and on this experiment, and they're kind of talking about like the color spectrum and pushing the boundaries of color, and like, is the same blue I see the same blue that you see? This whole kind of...
Dude, don't even get him started.
Yeah.
I've
had that conversation with Justin so many times.
But so the story,
What color is this?
you find like little envelopes, and then it tells you the story while you're just kind of going through, similar to Thomas Was Alone. I don't think anyone's here has played that. But it's interesting storytelling. Also, a nice little touch is the light bar in the PS4 matches the color that you choose. So like that blue light bar at the top, it changes color. I thought that was kind of funny.
I
That's
turn
neat.
that shit down. I hate that.
I know you don't like it, bud. But I'm having a lot of fun with it. It was $15. There was this quote that I wrote down because it reminded me of all you colorblind fucks.
How fucking dare you? We are marginalized.
Wow,
group.
dude.
We are marginalized.
We're 50-50 right now, so
Dave.
come on.
So the quote is, "Purple is at the end of the color spectrum, hardest for our eyes to distinguish. You guys would be fucked." Because I'm having some difficulty between, it's like light blue and blue, and I'm like, ooh.
See,
Or
me and Justin gonna get this game.
yellow
We're gonna
and
crush
orange.
it.
yeah, we're gonna fucking
Oh,
smoke
you
this
guys
game.
would be so boned. But I did notice that there's a colorblind mode, which I thought was really cool. So it's just like symbols though. So it's like
Finally
red.
getting the respect we deserve.
Yeah.
Red is a
Minor-
circle.
Silent
triangle
minority
is-
over
yeah,
here.
Yeah.
right. Come on.
Yeah.
Give it to
me. The trophies or achievements that you can get in the game are all color puns or like have it's so it's like Back to the Fuchsia. I thought that one was pretty good. Like Clockwork for orange. Aqua Cadabra, Into the Limelight, and the Yellow Stream. I thought that
I
one.
like the yellow stream. I
was
could
a
be
big
into that.
Oh, could you?
Yeah, I think so.
Ugh. All right.
Actually, I'm not sure now.
Yeah.
Thinking
now that I
about
think
that.
about it.
Playing that back, yeah.
The yellow
Yeah,
stream,
probably
nah.
not.
You can say no, Justin.
Yeah, you
It's
can
okay.
say no.
No.
Well, that's really it for Hue. I would recommend at least checking it out if you're vaguely interested in puzzle platformers, anything like Limbo or Play Dead type of games. Inside. It doesn't have the crazy storytelling that those ones did, but the puzzles are really solid. So
Sweet. There you go.
PC, Xbox One, and PS4. But that's really going to be it for Under Your Thumb this week. We're going to take a quick break and come right back with the Drunken News game show
Ba-ding.
on the Tangent Podcast.
Ba-ding, 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 ba-ding.